This is a great question. I wanted to answer this comment. I was doing a quick just sample on my 22 Sentro. I was trying out some different stitches and combinations to do. So to do the knit purl combo, or to have a ribbed look on your project. So I cranked out my tube and then I cast it off with a piece of pink yarn to hold the stitches in place. And then on one stitch, I removed the pink yarn so I'm able to drop the stitch all the way down. And we're looking at the project from the right side or the knit side. The Sentro knitting machine makes what's called a stockinette stitch, where you have all knit stitches on the right side and all purl stitches on the inside or the wrong side. Now that I've dropped the stitch, I put a crochet hook underneath and I pick up the last loop. And then we have these horizontal bars of yarn. And now I'm going to take that horizontal bar, put it over my loop, and now pick up my loop and pull the loop over the crochet hook so it catches that horizontal bar, and that horizontal bar becomes our new loop. And doing it from the outside like this, we are creating purl stitches. So now this row is going to be a purl stitch. And if we flipped it inside out, this row would become a knit stitch. So this is how you can create a ribbed effect, by dropping one row and doing purl stitches all the way up, and then skip a row, keep your knit stitch, and then go to your next row, drop it, and do another purl stitch. So because the Sentro knitting machine only makes a stockinette stitch, or knit side on one side, purl side only on the wrong side, this is how we can manipulate the stitches so we can get the different fun patterns. You're not going to be able to do everything like you're going to be able to do with hand knitting, but there is definitely some things that we can do like this. So I'm coming out, I was watching some other videos and some different ways to kind of manipulate the stitches so we can get some of these other cool knit effects. And if you want a more in-depth tutorial, please let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do one. This was just one I was recording this morning, and I saw this comment and I thought this could work for a really quick how-to tutorial. But it's definitely nice to be able to do this to create that ribbed effect for the bottom of the sleeves on a sweater, or the bottom of the sweater itself. It's a really fun option, and it doesn't take too much time. The biggest thing is those horizontal bars. You drop them in a certain order, so you want to pick them back up in that same order. You don't want to twist it, or it's going to make your stitches kind of look a little weird. It just won't be as clean. So that's kind of the only biggest thing you need to do. And then the other thing is, this was some scrap yarn that I had to make this little sample swatch. And it's not a really nice twisted yarn, so the plies unravel kind of really easy. So it's kind of hard to pick up those loops. So I definitely say, if you're going to try this out, make sure it's a yarn that the yarn doesn't split too easily on. Maybe like a big twist or something like that, where it has a really nice tight twist to it, so it's a little bit easier to pick it up. But that's how it's going to look. So I'm almost finished up here doing my last couple of rows, making the purl stitches with my crochet hook. And once I get done here, I'm going to secure it with my piece of pink yarn. This was just kind of my saver piece of yarn, so the other stitches didn't drop. And I'll show you what it looks like. How now we're looking at the outside of our project, we have one row of purl, and then if I flip it inside out, you're going to see the knit stitch. There's one row of knit stitch on the purl side. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I love these type of comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the views, the likes, and the follows. Here's how it looks just after doing one. And you can do this every other row if you'd like to create the ribbed effect. Thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting.